What's up, everyone? Today I'm going to be doing some interior stuff on the M3. Nothing too major, just pretty much doing the pedal house pedals on it. Got OEM M3 floor mats to get rid of the WeatherTech ones or whatever is in it. And then I also got the armrest elite, like the factory OEM center console thing. And a few shift knobs I'm going to try out. Tried out a few of them. I don't know which one I'm going to go with, but we'll go ahead and start putting those in. Here's the interior piece, the armrest elite. Should look nice. It's also nice because the one in there is kind of fading on the sides. It's all scratched up and the paint's kind of gumming up and getting off, so it'll be nice and clean. I also really don't like the armrest in the car. I don't think many people do. It's just in an awkward spot to use, and if you ever upgrade to any type of Recaros or something, I don't think this really works well. It just doesn't fit well with different seats. Even with these, I don't like it. So I'm gonna get that off, and I guess just start by removing the shift knob and the boot, little surround for that, and starting bolting. Should be easy. I think I've done this before. It's like hex screws or whatever, torque screws, something. I will say, if anyone's taken off a BMW shift knob before, they suck. This is a little easy because it's an RTD. It's probably a little bit skinnier, and it's only been on there for a day, so. But if you have a stock shifter, taking off a shift knob, what I like to do is actually sit in the back seat, put it in like, I guess 4th gear, and just yank on it from the back seat. That seems to get it loose every time I've tried on these cars, but that should help anyone who's struggling with it, because it can be a pain. I stand corrected, they are not torque screws, they're just regular Phillips. Oh, this bit's not big enough, but regular Phillips, pretty easy to get off. I remember wanting to do these in a carbon overlay. I forgot the Instagram account, but they're pretty popular. But this trim for the competition models, this is growing on me a lot. And I think maybe because it is only in the competition models, but I'm probably just going to keep it. I think it's very period correct, looks good and clean. And there's a little nicks on the driver's side, but it's really not that bad. And that's pretty much the only damage on it. The passenger side really has no wear. So for now, I'm probably just going to keep it. I mean, I don't see any benefit from going to the carbon fiber overlays because I don't think it really looks any much better. Pretty much the same thing back here. Take a little ashtray. Get this 2 Phillips head screws. I guess I've ran into no torque screws. I don't know why I thought there was torque screws. Maybe I've done something else in this car that had torque screws. But yeah, pretty simple. This little ashtray has a little plug for the cigarette lighter or whatever. And then I think, yeah, just these 2 more screws. I believe I don't know if you have to take apart this or not, since I'm removing the whole thing. But I guess I'll see after I take these 2 Phillips out. After you get those 2 Phillips out, you can start to move the center. I have never actually taken off the, I guess, little armrest. My light just fell over, ignore that. But I've taken it apart, just not taken completely off. But it looks like there's just 2 bolts down there, one on the front and one in the back. I'm wondering if I can just remove those and just pull this out instead of taking apart the whole mechanism, because I've done this before and it's a little annoying, but it shouldn't be too bad. I'm not sure what I have in here. I guess 2 screws and there's a clutch switch. I guess I need that for something. Yeah, I'm gonna go tack these bolts, see if it comes off. I can't get the this is really on here. This was like a 135 perforated one because it matches the steering wheel, but like I had to kind of Dremel out the inside and like use some grease or whatever, silicone grease, to get it on there, and it's probably not going to come off very easily. So I should be able to slide it off, but this might get in the way a little bit. On second thought, you can actually just pull this off, I guess, with the armrest still on. But again, another reason why I wanted to replace it, because this is just marred up. And you can see where the e-brake is. It looks pretty gross. Hard to tell on camera, but it's rough. And I've spent enough money on this car, I want it to look pristine. This car is pretty dirty. I need to vacuum it out. So it looks like I was correct. It was just the 313 bolts. Got this little baby Husky ratchet, which is really nice for small spaces. It's pretty much the main one I grab when I'm working on cars at this point. But yeah, looks like this is they have these little things. They're hard to get out, so I just got a little magnet stick to help me get those out. This should be, yeah, comes right out. I assume I gotta, whatever this is, probably gotta unbolt that and put on the new one, but I'm really not sure what that is, to be honest. It's probably just some module that's important because it is plugged in, but it's probably something I can do with it. I'm gonna go figure that out, then yeah. Just cleaned up the shifter trim piece up, just with some express cleaner. And then just did mild Sonax on the Alcantara. Just lightly did it. Usually I won't use Sonax on Alcantara unless it's really bad, but I haven't cleaned these in a while, so I figured to do it. For my steering wheel and my GT4, I usually do like just a little bit of water and like a little bit of dish soap, because it doesn't really need Sonax unless you're really attacking it, because I feel like the more Sonax you use, the more wear, from my experience. But yeah, also got my cat here. Getting cat fur on my freshly cleaned Alcantara, but you know, whatever. So, small roadblock. There's supposed to be actually a bracket that mounts here that offsets it, because this is a little bit shorter than the one with the armrest. And apparently I must have not seen the bracket in the box, because I ordered the kit with the bracket. So must have just thrown it out. I went ahead and just ordered one overnight because it wasn't that much money. It's like 30 bucks. So that should be here hopefully tomorrow. I'll do that then. But for now, I guess I'll just get started on the pedal house pedals, because I don't know what else to do at this point. Maybe I'll just throw this little cover on for now, but who knows. Pedals should be really easy. Obviously, I've done these on a few cars. Always pretty much the same thing. Take off the clutch and the brake pedal covers. Okay, so this one's plastic, this one's metal, I believe. I believe this is the, I think this, it's already faded so bad. I don't know, it's like an M Performance brake pedal. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that. Obviously, you have the pedal house pedals. I need to take this off. Should be pretty simple. I'm gonna probably start by taking off this little kick pedal, and then do the gas pedal as well. I'm not sure what screws, some type of hex, but they look kind of stripped, so we'll tack that, see what happens. So this pedal was just held on with some pretty long screws. I'm not sure why they picked such long ones, because they stuck way far out, but at least that's off. I'm not sure how to take this one off. I'm just gonna start prying at it. Hopefully it's not too bad. Here's the new one. Looks a lot better in my opinion. And I know a lot of people like to get the black pedal house pedals, which I think do look good, but on the E46, some more classic BMWs, I think the silver looks better. And it matches the competition trim nicely. I mean, it's not a perfect match, but down there, I think it'll be a nice touch. And Pepper silver wheels. I might do the, if I do a half cage, I actually might do it in a similar silver. I think that might be a cool little color to do it in, besides just doing black. Got the death pedal off. Actually came off really easily. I use this little like thumb tool. Obsessed Garage, that guy pretty much jerks off to this tool, but it actually works really well. It's great for taking off trim pieces too. It's supposed to replicate just pretty much a thumb. So really like that, because I mean I just put it in here, pry it off in like a second or two. So that's nice. Pedals. They actually gave you this little tool, I guess for the holes to drill out. You just place it there. Mark the holes that work. I'm probably just going to do 2 holes across from each other diagonally, do it the same on both sides. I'm going to make sure I can do it on both sides. This one actually, looks like someone drilled out a little hole in that one. Only one though, I don't know if they backed out, gave up, didn't know how to drill it out, but hey, that actually, that one lines up there, so I might take advantage of it if it's big enough for my, it's not going to be big enough, but that could be a decent pilot hole. Made little divots with, I don't know what you call these tools, but it was just a pilot hole thing. I made it in these cross corners. This one actually has holes already right here and here. The light's a little strong, but I'm not going to use those only because first of all, they're not big enough, so I'd have to re-drill them anyways, but I want to do the same cross on both to make it uniform. That's just how I usually like it. So using the top left, bottom right for both will work out, because this one has an indent right here, so I can't do this top one to make it uniform with the holes that are already there. Anyways, gonna drill those out really quickly, whatever matches these bolts. Really nice that they included this though, makes it really easy for anyone installing these, because normally you just have to hold the pedal up and look what looks pretty level, but now you actually know. So I went ahead and put the clutch pedal already on. Obviously it's plastic, so it's easier to drill through. Looks really good. Really happy with how it turned out. The hardware is pretty solid. It's a Phillips head screw with a nut with a little rubber insert to help it keep tight. This one, I started trying to drill it. It's a little, like, pilot holes are a little tougher on this one, but they include these little zip ties, so I can just hold this plate on and drill through it, I think, with it on. That should be the easiest way to do it. Got both pedals on now. If anyone's wondering, I used a 1164 drill bit to get these out. They look real nice. Really happy with how that's turning out. The gas pedal is just self-tappers. I don't think they'll line up with the holes that were already in there, but still should be easy. Just little self-tappers. And then this one, the dead pedal is actually just 3M tape, so getting real close to putting this all together. And then I'll, I guess, just clean up all my metal shavings and put the new floor mats in. So here's the final product. Got the new pedal pedals in with the M engraving and the new BMW M3 floor mats. Really happy with these. I mean, for some reason they're a little hard to find. I don't know if it's becoming a rare item now, but definitely happy I picked up some, because the little weather floor mats are pretty ugly in my opinion. And these pedals look really good. Really excited to drive with them on, but obviously I gotta wait till I get the center console in, which should be, you know, soon. Obviously you guys don't have to wait, but that'll be next. I'm gonna go ahead and probably just vacuum the carpet and put the rest of the mats in. While I'm at it, I'm gonna go ahead and just replace the hood struts, because clearly these ones are blown. I'm not doing anything else in the engine bay, but would be nice to have working hood struts. So not really sure how these weird YouTubers do it, but you know, I guess we'll try it. Whoa. I'm not really sure why I did that, but you know, gotta be a YouTuber in 2022, right? But anyways, something to put on. I'm surprised the old one's blue. They didn't look that old, but you know, it is what it is. One small thing I'm gonna do as well is these mirrors are pretty loose. I'm not actually sure why they're that loose, but I assume you just take out the little triangle on the inside, pry it off, and there should be screws to tighten. Not sure if that's how it goes. I'm probably gonna look that up first. So it's the next day. Got the bracket I apparently either threw out or just didn't receive, but all ready to put it back together. Looks pretty simple. Pretty sure it goes with the holes facing backwards. And gotta find wherever put that 13 millimeter bolt at, but yeah. Got the bracket all mounted up. I also went ahead and put the bolt back in that hole that was supporting the armrest. I don't really know if I need that, but I know I need this one because it supports the e-brake. And then this, I think it's just an ABS. It says ABS on it. I don't know. Guess it's something to do with that. I'll probably just double-sided tape it there. I'll see how this lines up, the center console thing lines up, and see what it interferes with. But I think that should be fine just to put it there, because I don't know where else you'd put it. I finished putting all the screws in. It goes in very easily. I mean, as you can see, it's not a very difficult piece to put in. You got like 4 screws total, but looks really nice. One of the main reasons I was okay going with this is because it still retains the cup holder slot if you want it. I know there is like a little tray similar to this that you can put in place, but I think the cup holder is more useful for me. Also, for some reason, I kind of like the little coin storage. I mean, those coins probably came with the car, and I haven't put any more in myself, but something about it I like. I think I need to get a new one, though. It feels a little wonky. So this looks really good. I'm really happy how this turned out. First of all, it being a new piece, but also just not having the armrest in the way. It's always just been kind of like an awkward angle, especially with the RTD, I think, the height of it. But here are those shift knobs I was kind of going through. I had with the ZHP shift knob. So this is the RTD V2 shifter that lets you put in OEM BMW shift knobs that like just, you know, push in. I'm not going to push it in for now because I don't really know if I like it. It's like I like the way the knob feels, but it just feels weird being at this height because my M2 obviously had one of these and was mounted, you know, down here. And I'm just not really used to it. And I honestly like the stock RTD shifter or shift knob more. It just gets really hot in Florida because it's black and metal. I also tried one of these like old stock golf ball shift knobs. And I do actually really like the way this feels. I think this one's like kind of the same thing where you press it in, but since it's rubber, it doesn't really have a nice locking. So I think the best way to do that would probably be drill a hole. Sorry, my GoPro battery just died. But what I was saying is, to best utilize this in an RTD, I believe you should probably drill a hole in because you feel it kind of shifting when you shift. But I do like the way it feels. The only problem is in the Florida sun, I'm pretty sure it started melting because I had like black rubber all over my hand after using this. I cleaned it off really good and then kind of just like left it on top of the dashboard in my car when it was hot outside for a day, and I still had a little bit of residue on it. I don't know if it was just dirty from, I think I got it from Bimmer World, but like it came new in a box, so I didn't think that would be the issue, but it was a little gross. But honestly, it gets just as hot as the metal one. I think it just cools off a little bit faster. Either way, the RTD is still my preferred one. I might try this out again though, just to see if I like it. I also took off the little like reverse lockout-esque piece. Like obviously it's not the reverse lockout because I didn't option for that because I never had an issue getting into reverse or like accidentally getting into it in this car. But I think it actually looks better without it. For some reason I liked it when I got it and kind of just grew to not like the way this looks. So I'm going to keep that off for now and just keep the RTD shifter on. But yeah, that's pretty much it. We're just going to tighten the screw down and that's it for the interior. These are pretty easy shift knob to put on. I know they do sell a Delrin one, which is like some type of hard plastic. I might actually just purchase that because I need to buy a DSSR, a double shear selector rod or whatever, to tighten up the shifts a little. But it does feel really good as is. But yeah, that's pretty much the small interior upgrade I did. I mean, got the floor mats in, the pedal house pedals. I drove today with these and I actually really like the way they feel. It's like a nice little amount of extra grip. It's not too much. I've had some that where you like feel the actual holes. This one you don't, you just have more grip and they look really nice. Floor mats obviously look better. I hated the rubber ones. I know that's something small and simple, but I really like the change. That's it. I mean, it looks really good to me. Next things, I guess, are eventually I want to get Recaro Sportster CSs. I know pretty much everyone does that, but I think they'll look good. And then, like I think I mentioned earlier, a half cage or roll bar, whatever you want to call it, probably in a Hyper Silver S color, because I think that would be cool, kind of matching the pedals and trim. And like I was saying, Dynavin, and then whatever the speaker company, Bav Sound, that's what it is. And I'm pretty sure I'm done with the interior on the car. So I'm going to work towards getting those parts at some point. So that's it. That's pretty much all the interior mods I wanted to do for now. But I did want to mention one thing, is that I might be interested in selling this car soon. I don't know if it's because I'm kind of wanting a new car, or I just am getting tired of not having all the creature comforts in this car because it is older. But I'm probably looking into getting an M2 to replace this, or I might just keep this. Let me know what you guys think in the comments of what I should do for this, because I'm pretty conflicted. I don't know which route I want to go. I'll probably make a video sometime soon going into a little more detail of why I want to do that swap. And yeah, so anyways, let me know what you guys think.